We are recording. Uh, for the listeners out there, my name is Doug Lasher. I am Charter Review Commissioner on the Drafting Committee, and we also have Terry Niles, Commissioner, and John Latta, Commissioner. We serve the um, Drafting Committee for the 2022 proposals that will be going on the ballot. So if we could go ahead and I'll just get it started, that we need to, first thing as a committee, set up the organization of the committee. So we can, John?
Yeah, I'd like to, if when nominations are in order, I'd like to nominate Doug Lasher to be our chair.
Well,
I think I had talked to Doug about co-chairing it.
yeah, that's fine.
And I don't know if you're open to that, John.
All right.
Okay. If
You guys are both already taking leadership roles, so so I thought it's only natural.
we can have you sergeant at arms.
Okay.
You could, yeah. You'd be good at that.
You could give us the sign. Just go like this.
That sounds good.
But okay, if there isn't any, so what I'm hearing is that we'll do co-chairs.
And I wanted,
is
and
is there
say a few,
is any? Can we have a? Did you want to say something before we?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. Can I just for John's? It's only because John, we have so much work to do in such short time that we thought that co-chairs would be appropriate. And since I chaired some subcommittees, and I know you did as well, but preamble's almost done. But and Doug did as well. We thought, oh, co-chairs might help facilitate getting things happening quickly and done in the short amount of time that we have.
I'm okay with that as long as they are working co-chairs, because I don't want to be the only worker bee. But yeah, I don't expect that's going to happen.
I think
you're
the decider.
Yeah, okay.
I spend 40 hours a week working on charter business. I mean,
yeah, I think I'm actually I can craft some words pretty good. I'm okay at it. So
nice.
Okay, well, if there's no further discussion on organization of committee, do I here with unanimous consent, we'll do co-chairs, Commissioner Lasher and Commissioner Niles, and the to go forward on this, and we could just get it, because I know, yeah, you're right. We'll be in existence until December 31st, but I think it's crunch time in the next couple of weeks. So yeah. So is there any more discussion on that? Are we in consent regarding the going co-chairs? Okay.
yes.
All right. So we will proceed on to calendar deadlines. And Terry, I know that you had put something out there in an email. I would hope that at least for the next couple weeks, I don't know if we need to probably have meetings to meet milestones, but hopefully that we'll have just individual interactions and just sharing emails and working back and forth, because this is a working committee. We don't have to have everything recorded, because we'll individually be working on stuff, so we can work with each other on that, or share out emails, because that's all in public record anyway through the county. And so
I know that
sometimes that makes it a little easier for us to get things done rather than in a formal meeting like this.
I know that that's how we did it with the first drafting committee. There was most of the work was done, and then things were brought. How we held public meetings if we had to present things to the entire drafting committee or not, or for like a up or down, like, oh, does this look okay? That kind of thing. There wasn't. Most of the work was done. with each other in emails.
Okay, that sounds great. So, Terry, can you
Yeah.
go through your email regarding what your suggestions are, time frames?
So, because I'm working on the ranked choice voting subcommittee as right now, I'm working with Greg Kimsey and Christine Cook. And so I did like to mention a little, ask Greg Kimsey about deadlines and stuff. And, I just want us to be mindful that there's 2 holidays in these next 2 months, and that we need to be mindful of county staff and when we ask them for things like that. Um, he agreed with me that having things ready to go as soon as possible would help, because in December we are, ultimately, even when we have resolutions have to be printed, and and the executive team has to sign them, and it has to be all be done by December 31st for anything that we bring forward. So we will probably, I think the point of my email is that we will be drafting every one of the proposed amendments now. We won't have the luxury of waiting until December 8th to see which ones go forward and which ones don't. So that would be, so I would love to see most of the work done in this first month. I know that Thanksgiving is in there somewhere. It's not as time consuming for people as the Christmas holidays, which seem to last a week or so.
Well, we are
So
retired,
we are,
and we do
yeah.
have time
No, but I'm talking about for county staff.
Yeah,
So,
for us to get it done.
and people that we need to be involved in the drafting
Yeah.
process. So, my hope is that we get everything done by December 1st. So we have everything drafted and ready to go. I'm looking at the email that I sent out right now. I do think that, so I gave it a 11/24 as having things ready to go for county staff. And I only did that because there's a Thanksgiving holiday in there, and I wanted to give county staff a week to look at it before it was presented to the commission on the 1st. So that's a date that we can look at, or you guys can have other feelings about that. I did.
I think they'll want more time than that because they got their
Because
workload and add
that
this
is
on.
the day before Thanksgiving, right? I think 11/24.
We may want to even actually move it up a week. I know it puts a crunch on us. One
I
of the
don't
things,
think that's possible.
well, from
I'm
what,
looking at my calendar right now.
uh-huh,
I don't really think that's possible because I just sent. I would think it's going to be, well, at least for a ranked choice voting, and I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it's the ranked
we
choice
could work on that.
voting. Let me
Well,
finish.
that's a big one.
Yeah. So, well, hopefully everything will be done with ranked choice voting, and it won't be a big one for this drafting committee. But I mean, I'd get an ultimate approval,
Yeah.
for what's put together for the drafting committee. But I'm sitting here looking at my calendar now, and we could move it up to like the 19th if you think that would be better. Like
At least I think
Friday.
puts a pressure on us to get our
I
job
know.
done, and that's
That,
what I need.
Yeah,
I need the pressure to get it done.
oh, but
yeah.
yeah. So do you guys have a calendar in front of you?
I'm getting mine here. One other thing, and I don't know what you mean by resolution because the Chuck had to, and he said it took him a long time to do it. Um, and that is because he didn't have you have to put it in a certain format with the numbering on the side. And though we have the opportunity of the first, this year's resolutions that we're able to, earlier resolutions, we're able to um, maybe hopefully use that template to move things over. I don't know if it's going to work or not until we get started on that. But he said he had to manually go through it. It took him, he said, a long time, about
I do want
8
to tell
hours.
you that I do want to tell you
To-
that I took before he sent those resolutions, I took a resolution and started doing that with ranked choice voting with the language that I have.
Mm,
So and it the the first part of it doesn't change, except for maybe, like, instead of 2021, you put 2022, those kind of things. So it's very I don't think it'll be super hard to, like, use those templates to kind of just move things, change it to the amendments that we have now.
Was it
So
in
I
a
don't think
Word
it's going to
format
take.
or
Yeah.
PDF format?
Oh, I had the hardest time doing that. But if
Yeah, I
if we
know.
need if we need to ask Chuck Green for Word format, then we can do that. That might be something that we should do, is ask him for the Word format, because I'm sure that's what he worked with. And so if we ask him for the Word format on all the resolutions, that would be helpful.
Mm.
So yeah, Word has a lot of good stuff in it. You can make line numbers. You can write it all without line numbers, and then just say, I want it to be printed with line numbers, and it'll come out that way.
I know,
Oh,
but
And you
I
can
may need
also
your help
convert it to
then, John.
PDF. Yeah, I
but
can convert it to PDF in a moment's notice too. Same thing.
I do want
Oh,
to tell you, John, just from my experience, trying to write resolutions for the Democratic Party, it's not as easy as even with Word doing that, because it's very, so having the actual resolutions in Word format, so we don't have to retype up that whole first half of the resolution, because that doesn't change. That's resolution explanation and everything doesn't change, would be awesome. So if Doug, do you want to draft a letter to Chuck Green asking him for those in Word format?
uh, yes, I'll ask him if
Okay,
he'd be willing to do that for
I'm
us.
sure he will. Yeah.
And
So,
I'm pretty good at Word, I think. So, I've had a
okay.
lot of experience with it.
Yeah, I'm just not, it's just,
I hated it at first. I used to like Word Perfect a lot better, but
if we can get it from Chuck, it will literally save just even typing that out, because everything's spell checked, everything's ready. And when you look at the resolutions, if you guys looked at them, um, the first part of it is just will not change, and there's just a very small part that will. So when we put those resolutions together, that'd be great. So, okay,
okay,
well,
you guys have done this before, and I have
Actually,
not.
I didn't.
So don't assume that I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, so
I haven't.
I
Um,
might need pictures.
yeah. I
okay,
actually Chuck did that part. I did all the writing, and he took my writing and put it into that format.
oh, good.
Yeah.
And that's that format took probably as long as it took to do the writing.
Okay,
So that's
Okay.
the county gets real particular about that. Legal people get
right.
particular about that.
So
So
do we want to get back, do we want to go ahead and change our target date for the 19th?
I would like to the 19th. It just puts the pressure for me to and I'll try to even get it done this weekend if I can, or first part of this next week. But
Well,
And
we won't be able to
yeah,
do that.
I agree. Let me I can work with you on that, Doug.
I appreciate that, John.
So target date, is that okay, amendable,
Yeah,
everybody?
19th.
Okay,
At least it's a target for making sure that I've got the
Yeah.
verbiage right. And I mean, that should be pretty easy. But then re-looking at the ballot title and the ex, explanation piece, which has to be tricky. It can't be you have to just state the facts rather than saying the reason why. So that's up to the four committees to say that.
yeah, we got that. Okay, well then that's good. Okay, so
So I I think I think the rest of it's good. It'll give an opportunity if we could get stuff to the attorneys um, in advance, because I know some information I was asking from the attorneys, and they said they were booked because they had some other deadlines that they were trying to do. So I'm assuming those are done, but I'm again assuming. So
I
I
do
always
want
get
to
in trouble doing that.
I do want to tell you that Christine Cook answered my email immediately about ranked choice voting and said that she will get back to me as quickly as possible with any kind of language things around there. I do want to tell you my conversations with Greg Kimsey. There was no big red flags given about the drafting language that I sent out, and I don't know if I send it out to John, but I'll send it out to him. And we discussed a couple of things, and he's going to. I sent, and so he has already sent it to his staff. He sent it out yesterday, and so his staff will be looking at it. He goes, there may be some wordsmithing, but so hopefully that happens next week. I know they're quite busy with elections, but he said that he would make sure that happened right away as well. So I'm counting on this next week getting that done with RCV. So then I could have it by the 19th, I think. Yeah.
Are they counting ballots today? No. Did he mention anything about that?
He said they were working tomorrow. I don't know if they're counting ballots, but they're working.
I don't know if they are. I think there were some signature verifications for sure that they were planning on.
Oh yeah.
We still have that
According,
out.
I saw
That takes
an
time.
email from Kathy Garber about that.
Are you working on the at the elections office, Tron?
I haven't been, no, but I'm still an election observer, so I get on the
Oh,
emails.
cool. Thank you. So so I think I'm fine with I, I don't know. Is there any other questions on the calendar deadline?
I sort of I have kind of a general question here. I'm looking at the list that Terry sent out, and so the 11/18 was 11/24, now 11/18, which is just kind of leaves the Thanksgiving week
11/19.
right? Yeah, 11/19, right? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I had written down also.
Okay.
But I couldn't read my writing. The difference between that and the next line, the 12/1 drafting complete, does that just mean comments back from the county staff and are incorporated? What's the difference between
That's what I was.
the product? What's the difference between the product of those two dates?
That's what I was. That's what I meant. Like, if they wanted to make any changes, or if they wanted to do anything, then that would be like 12/1 is the absolute completion, because that's when we're going to present it to the commission.
So they only really have a week to look at it.
Right.
And it's Thanksgiving week.
They only have a week to look at it.
And it's Thanksgiving week.
Okay.
So that's important.
Let me finish.
Piece.
They don't necessarily only have a week. It was, I think was our intention to have everything done by 12/1, but clearly we have till 12/31 to finish, ultimately drafting. We're just trying to get it done as soon as possible. So if it's not absolutely complete by 12/1, it's not. That was just my hope that we would have it. So then we could just vote on it, be done. The county has it and everything, but we can continue to work if necessary after that. It's not that's not like a deadline where it has to be done. Yeah, that's a draft.
Okay, my point, Terry.
Yeah, deadline.
My point is it's a plan, and it includes county staff, and I wondered if county staff had any input into that, whether or not they thought that was doable for them.
Again, it is not a deadline for getting the drafting of resolutions. That is a deadline for this drafting committee. So the county staff can take as long as they want. If they don't get it done in a week and they get it done in 2 weeks or even 3 weeks, we're still within time to get it done before the commission adjourns. Does that make sense? This is just a deadline for us. This is a deadline for us, not for them.
So it may or may not work the way we planned it, and that's
we could say hopefully.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, does that make sense, John?
I know, I see we want to get it done as soon as possible. I understand that. I'm just, I wanted to know if, I'm trying to ask you, did you consult with county staff about those, those dates?
I did ask for, I did when I talked to Greg Kimsey. I go, well, Greg, we're looking at deadlines here. And he goes, well, your deadlines for resolutions, if I actually looked in the RCW, is August of 2022. And he started laughing. He goes, no, we don't really have any deadlines. So he goes, I don't have any deadlines for you to have something ready. That's up to, so.
But it has to be, but we have to be done with our
Yes,
official
so
work.
these are
we have
our
to have it
deadlines.
signed off. Yeah.
Our deadlines, and this is just something for us to work with.
Yeah.
These are not formal deadlines. I'm sure that the county staff, given the fact that they know that we have limited time, we could go, oh, can you please, like, if you can't get it by 12/1, can you get us something back by, 12/8? I'm sure they've been, they actually have been very, worked with us last time, and I think they worked with us this time, making things happen before.
Okay, thank you.
Does that make sense?
That helps me now. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, John.
Okay. I think the other dates look pretty good there. I mean, it's but at least to get it, we could revise things at our next meeting, because I do think we probably need to have a meeting around the 20th at least. If we want to do it sooner, that's fine too.
Oh yeah, you guys, I'll leave that up to you guys. I'm available to meet anytime you guys think it's necessary.
Do you want it? The 20th is a Saturday. Oh, there's a commission meeting on that 20th too.
There is.
Town hall.
Yeah. Do you still would want to do it on that date, or would you want to do it on the 19th? I mean,
what time is that town hall? Do you know?
11 o'clock.
During the day? Okay.
11 a.m. Yeah.
I don't care if you want to do it on our committee's target date. We can do a meeting there. That's fine with me. Whatever you guys decide on that.
Or we could do one earlier than the 11 a.m. if you're wanting to spend a couple, 2 or 3 hours doing commission work, or if you want to do it later in the afternoon or on a Saturday, or we could do it on I would be available on the 19th in the afternoon.
Do you guys know the time of the town hall on the 17th? Is that at our regular time, 5 p.m.?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Is that 5 p.m.? Okay. So I have
I'm available all day on the 19th, basically on the 18th also, if you wanted to meet before that.
I think the 19th in the afternoon, I could meet anytime after 12 noon. I have to take care of my. I may not. Actually, no. Someone else will be doing that.
I would prefer.
I'm open on Friday.
I would prefer either the morning or in the evenings, because when you put something in the middle of the day, it keeps me from doing anything outside of my home on that day. And, I have a horse and those kind of things that I need to. So if you want to do early morning, that's great. Or anytime after 5, that works great. Whatever. But the 19th does work for me.
Okay, and I'm good all day. So whatever you want on the 19th.
Do you want to do 5?
I'm okay with 10:30 if you want to do that on the Friday.
Can we make it 10 if we're gonna?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say make it 10:30. I don't want to get up early, but yeah,
well,
no,
so that's
10's fine.
12:30. By the time I drive out to Ridgefield, that's 1. That's like my day is shot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so
or 5 o'clock if you want to do 5 o'clock.
Well, Friday night, 5 o'clock. You never know what's going to happen. So
my poor horse hasn't seen me in a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's try 10 o'clock
10
on the 19th.
Okay.
Perfect.
next meeting.
Okay.
And keep the pressure on us to get this done.
I know. Like I haven't had a lot of pressure lately.
Yeah. So yeah, because I really haven't. I wrote a lot of this stuff a long time ago, and I need to start bringing it back to revisit it. I haven't had a chance to take a look at that. Um, so I last night, as I know, at times I do things in the evenings and I'm
I
a little
know.
tired, but I have I thought, well, one of the things that's important is to in messaging and communication is having something very simple, one-liners. And I just threw out these things, and they could be improved or whatever. But I just thought when you're in an elevator and someone asks you about one of the amendments, you could just blurt it out
I know, but
back.
that's not really what the drafting committee's about.
No,
But I
but
do want to tell
it's
you.
information that can be. What I'm saying
I
is that
know. I get
it
it.
can be added into the ballot title or the explanatory piece is where I'm getting
Yeah.
it. It could be some words or messaging that's there, and that's all I was trying to share that
Right.
as you revisit your ballot title and explanatory, you may want to just think about that. That's all I'm
I
saying.
do. I
Yeah,
do
we
want to
want
tell
to.
you, Doug. Late night emails, since I have notifications that go out on my phone, they wake up me and my husband every so we need to put a deadline, like no emails after 9
Oh well,
and
I've
only
got a
emails
fix for
after
that.
9 p.m. because it'll wake me up.
I
Know?
put
My
my phone in
phone
the other
doesn't wake.
room.
My phone doesn't wake me up. I have it. Told it to don't tell me about stuff while I'm asleep. And
I can't
you
do
can
that
also.
because I have obligations to, to be available at all times for things like my
You
horse who
can,
doesn't live with
you
me.
know what,
He
you can talk about notifications by app. So you could just go to the app that sends
No, I
that
mean, I
notification.
can't turn off my notifications at night. Yeah.
By that, yeah, you can. You can turn off the
No, but
notifications.
I
No,
can't
Terry, when it's
personally.
saying specifically just the ones that come from the charter review emails, you can turn off
So
and leave the rest on.
what's your horse's name?
Jedediah.
Okay, that's my.
You know what? He's the grandson of Seattle Slew,
Uh,
the Washington's Triple Crown winner.
Wow,
I had
Yeah.
good
two of my
racehorse.
great grandfathers were named Jedediah.
Yeah. So okay, so let's get back on track. And the so we have the
My
target.
emails are going to be from Jedediah.
I know, but just send them in the morning. Uh, but let's see. What else? So we have the target date. John, you did a really good job of putting together something for the preamble, and I remember you sending it out with explanatory statements and all of that. So the to do things is, Doug, you're going to send a letter, an email to Commissioner
Chuck,
Green,
yeah.
yeah, and ask him for that. And then can I included a draft for ranked choice voting, though we know it may change once the wordsmithing happens with county staff and legal and the auditor. And so if we could get that preamble, what you put together already, Doug, with the explanatory statements and ballot language and those kind of things, if you could put that together, if we could put that together in like one email thread, or just make sure everybody has that, that would be awesome.
Mhm. One other thing, there's each amendment has to have a resolution in front of it. I Chuck did all that, so I
I know
will.
we talked about that. Yeah.
So I haven't looked at that, so I'm assuming that's what he will send to us if he's.
Yes, but
Yeah, he said there was a template for that has a lot of the whereases and stuff in it. So
yeah.
maybe we have to just add
So
one or two
those
more.
whereases, which we, we're going back, we're going back to stuff we already talked about. Those whereases are not going to change. Those whereases talk about the commission. So those are going to be the same for 2022
Right.
as they would for 2021. So that's why anything that he gives us in words, all that whereases are already done. So all we have to do is fill in the bottom part And so that's why if it gives us a Word template, it'll be super easy
Yep.
because all the whereases, the whole resolution format is always there. So that is
Yeah. Right.
getting
All
that.
all I have is in PDF right now, so
Yeah.
it would be unlocking that sucker. It's tough.
Okay. So that's why that's important. So
Yep. Okay. Is there anything else for the good of the order for the committee for right now? We're going to have our next meeting on the 19th, and or do we want to each time we meet set up the next meeting, or did you want to be on a regular schedule? I think just I don't know. It's up to you. I'm okay with setting it up at the next time.
I'm okay with that.
Are you,
And
John?
we'll know where we are, but yeah, I think we said we have our drafting complete on 12/1. So after that, we ought to be pretty well just on a downhill
Yeah.
slope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do my Christmas shopping usually the day before, so I got the whole month. I,
With supply chain issues, they're saying that's not going to work.
yeah, well, it'll be a lot of
Do you know what?
gift cards.
You know what I
Yeah,
say to that is this is a good time to shop local, you know.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, and I have my mother's birthday coming up too, so I usually involved in preparing doing that. So that's in the first part of December. So
So do we have a template for the basic format of what we're trying to do, right? Or that's what we're going to get
yeah,
from
That's
from
Chuck?
what we talked about.
I will send that out as soon as I get it from Chuck, and go from there. So anyway, if there's no further business, I thought I'd stop the recording.
Good of
Anything
the
else?
order?
I'm
Good
good.
of the
Do you have
order.
good of the order?
I
Yeah, go.
do.
Yeah, okay.
It, and basically, it's the same thing that I talked about at the last commission meeting, is that, we have an opportunity here to at least try to make things as clear and simple as we can, if there's any question about it, because remember that our audience really is the voter. It's not the county staff. It's not the lawyers. It really is the voter because they're the ones reading it. And they have to make the decision.
Yeah.
So,
My
yeah,
understanding is we are not really rewriting anything. We are we give something to the from what my understanding is the prosecutor will have final say on how things are worded.
we want to give them the best product that we
Right.
can, though, in
Yeah.
that regard. So
Yeah.
that's yeah, we have conflicting pressures moving us in different ways, but I just wanted to
Right.
remind us about that one.
That is
Okay,
so
well,
important. Yeah. We
good
lose
good point.
people with
Very good.
jargon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and our meeting is adjourned. Thank, thank you.